Sarah, why do you have so much fabric from Fabric Mart when you were in college? Thank you, Joanne, for your dead mouse fabric. Hello, this is Sarah V, and today I am going to be showing you my fall sewing plans. Usually I do these videos on my couch, but I thought I would switch things up and do it in here because the wood is awfully cozy. Although I am going to cover that up eventually. But for now, it's nice and cozy. So anyway, I think I'm going to start with maybe tops. Let's do tops. My first project I'm going to show you. This is the pattern, Advance 9908. And I want to make this view because I have some fabric similar to that. At least it feels kind of similar, but like in a smaller scale to that. I think it's just the colors and the fact that there's flowers. But this is a cotton fabric that my grandmother got me, and I think it would be very cute. And I'm also using this fabric for a quilt that I'm making, but I think I only need like 1/3 of a yard for that, and I have 3.5 yards for this, so I have plenty. My next one is McCall's 6256, and this is something I've never noticed on the older McCall's patterns, is that there's no S on it, it's just McCall. And it's just this little shirt, and I would like to make it. I think there's but one view. It says there's two. Oh, one has scrunchy shoulders and the other one doesn't. Maybe I'll make the one with scrunchy shoulders because I am making it in this black linen blend fabric that I got at Joann when I was in college, but there's only like a yard and it's 54 inches wide. And so I think I'll have just enough and not any more. Now I'm into my skirts. I have 2 skirts, and the pattern is McCall's 8575, which I've made on this channel before, except I'm just making a skirt, and I'm using this flannel. It's not a woven flannel, it's just printed. It's called Dad Plaid, which is part of the reason why I bought it. And then I was going to make Daniel a robe with it, but there was not enough, and it's not soft on the inside. So there is probably much better fabrics in my stash to make Daniel a robe with, besides this fabric that's not soft on both sides. And then the next one doesn't have a pattern, but I've also made this one on the channel. It's my favorite skirt from high school. I'll link it up yonder there. This time I'm going to make it out of this brown cotton suiting that I bought at Fabric Mart one time back in high school, and I bought way more than I needed. It was ridiculously cheap for cotton suiting. Probably like $2 or $3 a yard, something insane like that. And I think I ended up with like 10 yards of it by accident because I had gotten these sewing patterns. It was my first set of sewing patterns that I bought online, vintage patterns from the 1940s, and there was a jacket and a skirt and this and that, and I was like, oh, I want to make this, 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 and this. So then I figured out how much fabric I would need, but in the pattern it calculated it for like a jacket and the skirt, or a jacket and the pair of pants in it. So it was like twice as much fabric as I ended up needing, and I didn't actually end up making them because I was lazy and I found other things that I wanted to make. Our last category is dresses. And the first one is one that I didn't have a pattern for last year, but I wanted to make the dress in that style. kind of like a gunny sack style, and that is McCall 7376, and it was one of the vintage patterns that was in the in-person storefront at Fabric Mart when I went there in the fall. And the fabric is this brown microfloral that I also got at Fabric Mart when I was in college. I think I have like 6 yards of it. It is 30 inches wide, I think, but 6 yards should do it. My next pattern is McCall's 8432, and I want to make this one with the long sleeves and the leg of mutton sleeves. And the fabric I have for that, and this is a Laura Ashley pattern. It's kind of cute and prairie. And this is my fabric. It's like this micro houndstooth that I got at Fabric Mart when I was in college. You may wonder, Sarah, why do you have so much fabric from Fabric Mart when you were in college? And that's because I was in driving distance of Fabric Mart in college, so every time I was sad or upset or stressed about college, I would drive to Fabric Mart and buy more fabric. It was really bad. I have a couple more left. I tried not to overplan, but I do have a tendency to overplan, and then when I make too many plans, then I start deviating from the plan, and then it's like, why did I make the plan at all? So my next pattern is McCall's 5583, and I am making the jumper. This pattern is for the jumper and the skirt, not the blouses. And the fabric I'm using is this delightful orange wool suiting. I don't even think it's suiting, it's just a lightweight wool that I got at the thrift store for dirt cheap, probably. I have record of it somewhere, but it was a very, very good price for a random wool from the thrift store. And I have 3 yards of it. Oh wait, I got it for $5. And I have 3 yards by 60 inches, which will be good. I have one more project to show you outside of my Halloween plans, and I do not think I'm going to be making a Halloween costume this year. I just feel really uninspired as to what I would want to be. Maybe I just put my witch hat on again and call it a day. We'll see. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe my heart is just too wildly practical. And the thought of making something that I'm only going to maybe wear once or twice just makes it a little sad. I have 2 different patterns here. I have not decided which one I want to do. It is that acorn fabric from last year that I didn't think I was in love with what I had picked out. So obviously I wasn't in love with it because I have 2 different patterns that aren't that pattern. And the first one I was thinking of was Simplicity 5644, and it's like this kind of Edwardian prairie style dress. And I would do it in that with the lace around that V yoke in the front and around the bottom. But I don't think there's enough contrast for that. It might be cute. And then I also have McCall's 4381, which this does not have an envelope, but I would probably make the one in the middle. But I almost feel like I like the other one better, but I feel like this one could be very cute too. Because this second one, the second pattern is more like a gunny sack style pattern. I don't know. Which one do you think I should do? McCall's 4381 or Simplicity 5644? Let me know in the comments, please, because I don't know which one is the better fit for this. I really liked this fabric when I bought it, and every year for the past 3 years I've been like, what am I going to make out of it? And I still haven't found something that I feel is suitable for the fabric. So, my last two are Halloween plans, Halloween inspired styles. My first one is Vogue 3334. And the fabric is this kitty pumpkin fabric that I bought last year at Joann when I went to get supplies for that shirt I was going to make with the pumpkins embroidered on the collar that I didn't end up making, that I'll probably make this year at some point. But I found it redundant to put it into this too. And also the fabric's at my parents' house right now. So, and I think I don't know which one I want to do. I think I wanted to do this one and then just have like the contrast there versus having, I don't know, we'll see which one I choose. I have to think on that one. My last one is also fabric from that time I went to Joann. Same trip. While I was there also, I was looking through the fabric there, and there was some like Halloween fabric with the tabby cats on it, and I was like, oh, that looks like Scooter. But the bolt of fabric smelled like a dead mouse, so I didn't buy it. I was like, oh. What shame. Thank you, Joann, for your dead mouse fabric. Anyway, the pattern is 5308, and it is this. I'm going to make both of these. Yeah. I bought this in high school, and the bust size was larger than my bust size then, but now it's the correct size, so I might as well make it. And for the little shirtwaist dress with the little bow in the front, I'm going to use this Halloween fabric I bought last year. And if I had time, maybe I would make a tutu, but I'm not allowed to buy fabric this year. And I've been pretty strong on that. And if I made a tutu, I would have to buy fabric for it. So I might buy one slice of fabric. Or two. One so my points on Fabric Wholesale Direct don't expire because I've accrued enough for almost two $25 off coupons. Point things. And then the other one because I have a hankering to make the waist cincher that Gertie came out with, and I would need to buy power mesh for that. I have the cotil already. I would just need to buy power mesh, metal bones, and like lingerie elastic that's like has the little picots on the end, so it's like soft, not kind of abrasive like regular elastic is. But that's all the stuff I would need to buy, and maybe some like cord for the lacing. But other than that, I have the cotil. Anyway, the jumper, I have this corduroy, and if it doesn't work out, I have some upholstery fabric that's in a similar color. That would probably be fine. And this is also from Fabric Mart when I was in college, and I think I have like 3 or 4 yards of it. I think there's enough. And ideally I would do a black, but I do not keep a lot of black fabric on hand. But I think it's cute enough, and it would go good with this little child holding the cat. They would look good together. like ghost colored. Anyway, that is all of the sewing plans I have for you. I have a couple more that I might do off camera that are kind of bland, or whatever I feel like it. But I do need to make a white shirt because I was at the thrift store and it was right before back to school and there was no like white button ups. So, and my white button up is from high school. And I need something a little fresher because it's always kind of gaped at in the front. So I need to make a new white button up, and I kind of want one 3/4 and then one in this. I really like this one, but it's polyester and it's a little sweaty. But yeah, some small little things here, small little things there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more fall sewing, please subscribe. If you'd like to see what I'm up to today, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Sarah V Sews Vintage. Thank you again for watching and see you next time.